What's up, y'all? Welcome back to another episode of Let's Try It Barbecue. Come on in here and look at this. We got 4 racks of Babyback, 1 beef rack, and 1 lamb rack. Y'all bear with me on the lamb. I ain't never tried lamb, so we're gonna see how that works. We're gonna get these seasoned up, and we'll be right back. All right, y'all, got this thing seasoned up. Got these beef ribs and that lamb. And I've got 1 that's just salt and pepper, because the last time I did that, I really like the regular salt and pepper, not wrapped, cooked all the way through dry. This thing, I'm not really sure how to cook lamb, so I just did salt and pepper. Let's see how it turns out. Beef ribs, salt, pepper, and garlic. Just kind of lightly seasoned. These 2 are going to be basically like a 2-2-1 or a 2-3-1, cooked, wrapped, and then brown sugar, honey, and we've got some of this right here, this rendezvous sauce. Man, if y'all ain't tried that, you need to get on it. And this one right here, this is going to be a just cooked dry all the way through. Let's get these things on the grill and see how it turns out. Alright, we had this thing rocking and rolling at 250 for about an hour. Look at this tin. I think it's steady. These Oklahoma Joes don't play. So we're gonna get this thing opened up. Check everything out. There's the this is the beef rib, the lamb, the salt and pepper only. And then these other 2 are rubbed down with the grill mates that I showed you. And what we've got going on right here is the it's that Roscato wine I was telling y'all about. But what we've got is just the wine, because I don't want any extra sugars on my beef ribs. I'm just going to do the wine instead of the wine and the apple juice. So we just get these things sprayed down. Get all these things spritzed up. You want to be technical. But man, that's looking good. Looking really good. For just a grocery store rub, that Grill Mates does a really good job. Alright. And probably next time y'all see us, I'll be taking these things off, so we'll be right back. Alright, we've been going on smoker for about 3 hours. I'm gonna take these things off, the 3 of the pork ribs, and I'm gonna put these things meat side down in a brown sugar, mix a little bit of white sugar because I ain't had enough brown sugar, but hey, that's what it's all about, trying something. Let's try it. I got the brown sugar mixed with a little bit of white sugar and honey. Got to get the honey for the money, baby. That's what I'm talking about. Come on in here and get a look at this. So this is just one of our racks. They all look the same, so I'm gonna spare you that extra time watching the video. But what we're just gonna do is get this rack here, flip it meat side down, and I'm gonna take a little bit more of this honey, and just a sprinkle more of this sugar. We'll wrap this bad boy up. Ain't gotta be pretty, ain't gotta be perfect. Oh yeah, what I was gonna tell y'all earlier. Why I'm cooking so many racks of ribs right now is my brother-in-law. If y'all remember watching one of my past videos, y'all know I got twins. Well, my brother-in-law and sister-in-law are pregnant with twins also. So what we got going on today is a gender reveal party, and I'm cooking ribs for everybody. So that's why I got this big old mess of ribs going on, and we'll catch y'all back in a minute. All right, y'all, I just want to update you with something I forgot to mention in the last video. what I did was I kind of switched the position of the ribs. This one was back here. The middle one was still the same, but the two that I switched, this one was back here, and this one was up here. So I put that one back here, this one up here, and I've been spritzing with just the red wine. And I forgot to mention earlier that I've been smoking with cherry chunks. And I'm burning with the lump charcoal here. And something that I'm trying is this one here. They've all been cooking for 3 hours. This one here has no spritz while it was wrapped, just brown sugar and honey. This one has a little spritz on one side, brown sugar and honey. And this one was spritzed on both sides, brown sugar and honey. So what we're going to try to see here is if it makes a difference whether you spritz when you wrap, or is it just the meat's own fat and juices that kind of steam that meat and tenderize it and make it, you know, how it is when you unwrap it and it's just fall off the bone. So just want to give y'all a little update and show y'all how everything's going. Also, check out these beef ribs here. They're coming along nicely. And we got these lamb chops back here. They're coming along pretty good. Like I said, I'm not really too familiar on how to cook lamb, but I figured I'd just give it a try just to see how the meat tastes itself. And then we got this kind of Texas style rib, which is just the salt and pepper. And I mean, I don't know, man. Y'all tell me what y'all think, but just smoke on ribs puts a beautiful color on it with no rub at all. But we're gonna get this thing closed down, get this thing back cooking, and we'll see how we turn out. Alright, y'all, I was telling y'all that we're having the gender reveal party here for my brother-in-law and sister-in-law. These are my two right here. That's Hudson, and that's Logan, aka Meatball. That little boy is a meatball because it's so big. But anyway, I thought this would go good with the channel. It says, welcome to our Babyback. Babyback, aka barbecue. How about that? Let me get my tongs here. This stuff's hot. Alright, if y'all remember, I was talking about I had one wrapped with no spritz, had one wrapped with one side spritzed, and then I had one wrapped with both sides spritzed. This is a beef rib. I think it's done. It's a little crispy. Don't judge me, but whatever. It's the channel called Let's Try It, so I'm trying it. So it is what it is. And this lamb rib, man. Look, look at the side. Look, get the side of the side. That thing is juice just flowing out of it. It looks really good. I'm really curious to see how it tastes. We just got it off. We're gonna let it sit for a minute. But let's see how these ribs look. This one right here is the no spritz. And I'm not gonna lie to you, this one had a little leak in the tinfoil inside the grill, so there's no juice inside of it. So go ahead and flip this thing over. Got some good pull back here. It's not great, but we're gonna have to put this back on the smoker for a little while. It's not done yet. Good color though, great color. All right, now this one, sit this down. This one is half spritz. I just spritzed the back side of it when I wrapped it up, and you can see that it has pretty good pullback, actually. I mean, it looks a little more done than the last one, but it's also a smaller rack, so I'll give it that. Beautiful color. Absolutely beautiful. Okay, so we're gonna get that one out of the way. Now this one right here was spritzed on both sides. So there was the most amount of moisture was in this rack right here. So there's actually it's really impressive. Really good pullback, really good disintegration, and let's see, really good color. So I'm gonna get these sauced up with this Rendezvous sauce. If y'all ain't seen that, Rendezvous. The beef rack and the lamb wrap, I'm just gonna let that cool down. I'll give y'all a video of me cutting it up, but I'm gonna sauce these down with this Rendezvous sauce, and we'll be right back when we get these things on. We got the 3 racks of ribs that was wrapped. We got them unwrapped and we got them back on the smoker. We're gonna leave them on there for a little while, let them finish out what they're doing. What we got here is the lamb and the beef ribs. I'm gonna flip these over and flip these over. And we're gonna cut these and we're gonna see how we did. That's spawn. These beef ribs aren't that easy to cut, especially when you had the a little piece of bone left in it. Like I said, I don't know a lot about these beef ribs, but it looks pretty tender. It looks pretty tender. Man, I wouldn't mind. It is really tender. Really tender. Oh, okay. Look at that. It just kind of falls apart without cutting it. That is absolutely amazing. That's beautiful. I mean, that's it right there. Matter of fact, while I'm sitting here, I want to cut off a little piece and try it. Wipe that off a little bit. Look at that. How tender that is. So juicy. Mmm. Kind of tastes like a really good brisket that just kind of melts in your mouth. Really, really fatty, really tender, really beefy. It's good. It's good. Now we have the lamb ribs. Let them sit out for a little bit and kind of calm down and cool down a little bit. So we're gonna try to go in between the bones here. Oh wait, that's not in between. That's not in between. There we go. Don't judge me on these ribs, by the way, because like I said, I haven't done anything lamb. So we'll see how this turns out. But I mean, so far they look really good. And if you remember from earlier, I just done salt and pepper only, and that was it. You know, we're just gonna see. I just wanted to see how the meat itself tastes, because that's really how you can formulate your own opinion, is just seeing how the meat taste, because you can't really, you can't formulate your own opinion on a recipe or any kind of meat or anything unless you see how just the meat itself tastes. And then I think you have a right to say, you know, whether it needs this or that. So that's why I opted to go with just salt and pepper on my first try, because I'm not trying to go online and do all these kind of recipes, and I'm not trying to do, you know, everything that everybody else does, but I'm just trying to see how it is myself and my honest opinion. So we got this last cut here, and we're gonna see how it is, see how everybody likes it. Man, that is tender. This meat is just falling apart, y'all. Okay, well, there you go. It's just, it's so tender, it just falls apart. And if y'all seen before I cooked, I kind of scored crossways and made a checkerboard pattern in the fat, just because that's how I've seen it done. And like I said, I'm not trying to follow anyone else's recipe, but I do want the meat to turn out tender, so I scored the fat to help the rendering process of the meat rendering. And here's a little bit of the meat with the crust. It is a very tender, very juicy, and that is a very hot. So let's try it, see how it is. Very different, very different. It's very, it's very oily, very rich flavored meat, and it's not like a pork rib and it's not like a beef rib. It's kind of in the middle. It's just a very rich meat, but it's really good. It's really good. We'll come back once we get these pork ribs off the grill or off the smoker, and we'll show you how we did on them. All right, we are done. Oh my goodness! Look at this. Look at this. Now they might not be as much done as like a backyard style where it's just kind of fall off the bone, but we're close. We are very close. You got the flex test here. I mean, it's still kind of holding together, but oh man, it's good. And you can see it's tearing a little bit here, but everybody's hungry, so yeah. We're gonna get this thing done. Bring this over here, set this one down. Hang on. And this was the. No, that's another crew. This was the spritzed rib. This was the half spritzed rib. And this was the double spritzed. You know what? Actually, I think I was backwards. This is the not spritzed. This is the one side spritzed, and this is the both sides spritzed. Sorry, I had that backwards. So we'll be right back. I'm gonna let these rest, and then we'll slice into them just so. Like I said, this is the spritzed. Wait, I'm sorry. Not spritzed. Spritzed on one side. Double spritzed. And this is the Texas style salt and pepper only. So, see how it did. Yeah. Oh my goodness. It looks very tender. It looks more tender than I thought it would be. That looks better than I thought it was going to be. So let's just pick up a piece of this and show you. Man. It's very tender, and I mean, I don't have to show you, but it just falls right off the bone like that. That's delicious. That is so good. It's very good, very good. Okay, so we're going, and I'll slice it from the same side just so it'll be even comparison. Now it's clear right here from slicing that spritzing does make a difference, in my opinion. I'd say, you know, look, get a close up of this. I can almost press this knife in and just slice this rib like it's nothing. Just butter. And this is only one side spritzed. And I want you to look at the juiciness difference. You can just see that the juice is coming out. It is insane. Insane. I'm very proud of these ribs. Alright, now this is the last one, which was spritzed on both sides, which is also the biggest rack of ribs, which is kind of why I did it. Spritzing on both sides. I was scared it was going to dry out. And you can see this one, same way, you know, it just kind of falls apart like that. Amazing. Just very, very juicy. Oh, I just drop it, throw it all over the place. But look at that, just a very juicy meat. I think the clear cut answer here is go ahead and spritz your meat before you wrap it. It don't take but a second, and it does make a difference. As you can see from this one to this one to this one. Also, man, I'm gonna try this one right here. Like I said, this is my favorite right here.
Mine too, just the salt and pepper.
Just the salt and pepper. Hold that still. Man. You know, you Texans, I gave y'all some crap on an earlier video about liking some crusty meat. But I will take that back. I apologize, because that's where it's at. That is where it's at. Salt, pepper only. Man, can't beat it. I'm telling you. You get a good pork rib, you let the flavor of that meat shine. I mean, look at this. Just spritzing while I was cooking. It's not the juiciest, but man, like you can see that just falls right off the bone. It's insane. Delicious. Well, there you have it, folks. Like, subscribe, come back to my channel. We're gonna get to this party. Go ahead and get a pan around of all this family we got going on here. This is what barbecue is all about.
I'm talking about like 17, 18.
Share the love, baby. Share the love. We'll see y'all next time.